Heartland has always been more than a long-running family drama. It has been a story about growth, healing, and the courage to follow one's inner truth. Few moments in the series' history embody these themes more clearly than Graham Wardle's decision to step away from the show and the fate of his beloved character, Borden. Wardle openly shared that he began to feel a strong inner pull toward change. He described sensing a need to move forward in his life, even though he could not clearly see where that path would lead. What mattered to him was not certainty, but authenticity. He spoke about listening to his heart and following it, despite the fear and uncertainty that naturally accompany such a leap. After spending approximately 14 years portraying Borden, Wardle felt that continuing to act on the series no longer aligned with where he was internally. This realization did not come suddenly. It was the result of years of reflection, growth, and questioning. For many actors, a role that spans over a decade becomes both a gift and a limitation. While Borden was a defining character that brought Wardle international recognition and deep fan admiration, it also anchored him to a very specific identity. Wardle expressed that he felt called to explore life beyond that identity. This inner shift led Wardle toward a different creative outlet, podcasting. After leaving the series, he launched and began hosting his podcast titled Time Has Come. The podcast became a platform where he could explore themes of spirituality, personal growth, purpose, and transformation. In many ways, it represented the exact kind of work his heart had been calling him toward. Rather than portraying emotional journeys through a fictional character, Wardle now engages in real conversations about life, change, and the courage required to listen to one's inner voice. Wardle's departure inevitably shaped the narrative direction of Heartland, particularly through the decision to kill off Borden. This was one of the most emotionally devastating moments in the show's history, both for the characters and for the audience. Importantly, the decision to have Ty die was not imposed on Wardle against his will. On the contrary, it was a creative outcome that stemmed directly from his choice to leave. Amber Marshall, who plays Amy Fleming, spoke candidly about Wardle's departure and its emotional impact. Amber Marshall described his exit as feeling like a genuine separation rather than a routine cast change. After working so closely together for so many years, losing Wardle as both a scene partner and a creative presence was deeply emotional. Marshall's comments highlight a key reason why Ty's death resonated so strongly with viewers. It was not written as a shock tactic or a dramatic stunt, but as a meaningful exploration of loss. Amy's grief, Lindy's absence of a father she barely knew, and the ripple effects across the Heartland family became central emotional pillars of the series. What makes this storyline even more powerful is the mutual respect between the actor and the production. Wardle understood what the story required, and the writers respected his personal boundaries and choices. There was no attempt to pressure him into staying or to leave the door half open in a way that would compromise his decision. Wardle's return in Season 20 is expected to be symbolic, emotional, and purposeful rather than a full reinstatement of Ty as a living, ongoing character. It suggests a willingness on his part to reconnect with Heartland from a place of completeness rather than obligation. Having followed his heart into new creative territory, Wardle can now revisit Ty's story without sacrificing his personal growth. This balance makes the return feel earned rather than contradictory. From a storytelling perspective, Ty's presence in Season 20 carries immense emotional weight. It allows the series to explore memory, love, and unresolved connection without rewriting history. For Amy, Ty remains a defining part of her life, not because he might come back, but because his influence never truly left. Wardle's return provides an opportunity to externalize that influence, giving form to emotions that have lived quietly beneath the surface for seasons. What do you guys think about this subject? I welcome your thoughts in the comments. For more such videos, you can subscribe to our channel, turn on notifications, and like our video. See you again, goodbye.